Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Scoundrel Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just rescued Alelia and her friend Trick from being persecuted even further by the White Moor, and more specifically by Shaitena, and now we're here on Jeff in Orek base, and we're about to head in to speak to Lt Collis, who actually called us specifically for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but I suppose we're going to find out. Ah, Alelia's here. Oh, fantastic. That's good.
Did Alelia and the boy arrive safely?
Then you did send them. I wasn't sure what to think when those two showed up.
I said the Republic would take care of them, and I don't like being made a liar.
I told him about Trick's connection to the Force, but I don't think he was listening.
It's just how she's dressed. I was listening. I understand the boy has injuries, which impair the use of his talents. He should be sent to the Jedi at once. If it's possible to heal him without damaging his powers, he can be in no better hands. Come with me, son.
No! Don't take him!
They're very close. Give her a moment.
Just let me tell him what's going on. Go on, Trick. They're going to find a way to make things all better. I won't let them mistreat him. If they're cruel to him, I'm going to get him out. I swear.
It's not like the Jedi are gonna train him on this ice cube. This is your ticket to somewhere warm.
You make a good case. Thank you for everything.
Oh, well, I'm perfectly happy to oblige, and obviously I personally feel like if the Jedi can do anything to help him, he will be a very powerful member of the Order, I suppose you could say. So that's going to be pretty cool, I gotta say. But anyway, otherwise, we are going to be heading on to our airlock. Oh no, that means there's going to be something happening here, doesn't it? That means that we are going to be meeting someone. Who is it, though? Who is it going to be? It's not... Well, we've already killed Shaitena, so he can't regain any vengeance. And I believe we've dealt with everyone. Wait, who is it? Is it... Wait a minute, is it Gus Chuno? Is he actually going to be joining us? Maybe, because this is usually how it goes with companions. They usually like to turn up at your airlock. Maybe it is. It's certainly not going to be Republic Pilot. What are you doing here, Republic Pilot? Hilariously enough, he has no tooltip. Do you notice that? No tooltip in the bottom right? That's kind of hilarious. Oh, well, anyway, let's go down to the airlock and take a look. It's probably going to be Gus, isn't it? I wouldn't mind. Oh, there it is, it is. Ah, fantastic. I wouldn't mind having him as a companion, actually.
So, Captain, funny running into you here. You're making a habit of saving my life. I mean, thank you for freeing me from this place and that sadistic jerk, and, what do you say we make this a permanent arrangement?
Grab a bunk and come along. Should be good for some laughs.
No, just listen. I know Brogan. I could help you with... Did you say yes?
You remind me of me, kid. Without the fins and gills and stuff.
Oh, you won't regret this. I'm going to try to be exactly like you. Just let me get my things, and adjust the humidity in your ship. My skin is really sensitive to... never mind.
He's hilarious. He's really good. I really like the voice actor for Gus. He does an exceptional job at sort of, what is it, conveying this kind of character. I like that a lot. Anyway, we do have to use our ship's Holo Terminal now. And so we're back on our ship and we're about to interact with the Holo Terminal. I am going to speak to a couple of companions after the Holo Terminal call, and then we'll see where we're heading off to next. I can assume it's probably going to be Belsavis. Is it Belsavis? Because it would be Hoth, and then it would be Belsavis, one of the worst planets ever. But anyway, let's find out.
Excellent work, Captain. Though I'm not sure the Military Ops Committee will believe the outcome. Personally, I find it a bit terrifying that something so important can rest with a single individual.
Alelia and the boy have been hurt enough. I promised them the Republic would be different.
It's cute how quickly you get attached. One of the reasons we picked you. I've been called back to Coruscant, so I won't have anything new for you for a bit. Sit back and enjoy the fruits of what you've done.
Incoming call, Captain. That Darmus is on the other line.
Come look me up anytime.
Well, that's a bit weird. Isn't that a bit weird? That is, it's kind of a bit weird. I don't know why they didn't go on to the next Holo Terminal call, but apparently Damas is the one that we're going to speak to next. Okay, so that's perfectly fine. So let's take that. And I'm actually, wow, they're actually both here. Well, that's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, well, I'm not gonna speak to companions just yet. I thought we were going to be done with the Holo Terminals for now, but anyway, let's speak to Damas.
So good to catch you in, Captain. I trust you're finished playing White Knight to poor little smugglers. If you're finding yourself at loose ends now, a business opportunity has presented itself that I thought might interest you.
Why do I suspect this opportunity will involve me getting shot at?
No risk, no reward, right? Why don't you meet me at Port Nowhere, and we can discuss it. Perhaps over a game of sabacc.
Oh, okay, so traveling to Port Nowhere, yeah, that's perfectly fine with me, I don't really mind, but I'd like to speak to Corso before we travel there and see what he's doing.
I hope I've been some help to you, Captain. Because you've sure taught me a lot. I mean, I'd done my share of fighting, but you've got it down to an art.
There's no one I'd rather have at my back.
Thanks, Captain. I know you don't say that lightly.
Oh, is that it? Really? Was that it? Okay, well, that's I suppose that's fine. That's not a problem. I suppose once we head over to Port Nowhere, we might speak to someone else along the way. Where is that again? It's down here. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why they add like a separate thing there when it could just be as easy as just leaving it there for all time, and then people can just travel there whenever they want. But obviously they could make it so that it's a kind of a phase, so they wouldn't have an opportunity to do that, really. Well, anyway, let's speak to Gus. I think it would be kind of cool to speak to Gus before we go and head on to Port Nowhere.
Have I said thank you yet? If not, just remind me, and I will, twice a day, like atmospheric suppositories. I mean, most guys, they'd have killed me without a second thought. I, probably shouldn't keep reminding you not to trust me.
I'm counting on you to be so helpful that I forget all about it.
Ha! That's a good one. For a second there, I thought you were serious. By the way, can you tell that Corso guy to maybe see a doctor about his snoring? How does anyone sleep on this ship? Just, tell me if you need anything, Captain. I'll be on the comlink, trying to order some decent food.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Well, decent food? I think who cooks even? Wait, C2N2 probably is the one that cooks, I would assume. Or maybe there's... Do we have replicators? I don't think we have replicators, do we? No, it's probably unlikely. Well, should we speak to him again? Let's speak to him once more.
So, what was it like, Noctrayan? I'd been asking Risha, but she gets all weird and prickly about it. She actually slapped me when I said it'd be a better story if you turned out to be his long-lost son. Even Rogan was impressed when he heard you dug up the old man's treasures.
What did Rogan say about me?
Well, it started with the blasters, but mostly he got mad after you dodged his assassins. It was a pride thing. Then when you hooked up with the lady senator, ooh, he hated her. He was after you just to get you out of her hands. But none of this is news. I want to hear about you. Did you always know this was what you wanted to do? I like to imagine your parents programmed janitorial droids, and this was your way out of the family business.
Can't ask for better, kid. Complete strangers give you credits to have the time of your life.
I wish my old Jedi Master could meet you. He'd have a harder time selling the whole deprivation is the key to happiness thing.
Okay, well, if that's what you want to say, that's perfectly fine with me. Okay, well, I suppose it's about time that we move to Damas's location and speak to him. Alright, so it looks like Port Nowhere is a lot smaller than I remember it, but I'm going to be taking Gus along on our little journey, our little foray into this location, because you never know, we might end up in a bar fight again, and I'd like to see him in action. And it would be kind of fun to see some of his, shall we say, comments as we partake in some conversation here. So, let us find where... there's Damas. He's right next to Vaz Tran. I don't know who that is, but I suppose we'll find out just now.
Ah, what a moment for the Holo albums, standing with two of the galaxy's most famous, or should I say, notorious spacers. Captain, I'd like to introduce you to Vaz Tran. He's, how do I say this delicately?
I rob ships.
I thought you'd appreciate knowing that more than one of his hits has been against Rogan the Butcher.
Wish I could have been there to see that.
I'm the last one who was that's still standing. That mug's been coming after my crew since the last job we pulled on him. Picked them off one by one.
I remember this guy. I think he was ahead of you on Rogan's Whose Face I Want to Smash In personally list.
Now the Hutts have my best vault cracker. We don't stop them, they'll sell him to Rogan for the price of his head.
What's this we?
Vaz's partner, Combo, was taken by the Hutts while doing preliminary scouting for what could be the heist of the millennium. An Imperial Treasury starship, the King's Ransom, is in orbit just off Nar Shaddaa. I don't have to tell you the kind of credits we're talking about.
Rogan's never had the guts to go after an Imperial Treasury ship directly.
You could be righteous and rich. I figured you'd want in.
I'm always ready to kill a few Imperials for the cause being getting me lots and lots of money.
We'll split the haul 50-50, but we need to rescue Combo first.
Rogan's Lieutenant Strillith is going to pick Combo up at a Hutt Cartel safe house on Nar Shaddaa. Vaz has the coordinates.
I'll meet you there. If we don't manage to rescue Combo, deal's off.
Okay, well, I think that seems rather fair, in actual fact. I didn't think that he would be so ready to give up 50% of the deal, if there is a deal. I mean, they could just be pulling the wool over our eyes and, well, technically pulling the credits over our eyes and maybe be kind of lying to us just to rescue Combo. Maybe that's what's happening right now. Well, one thing I do know for sure is that we're going to be traveling to Nar Shaddaa again. Alright, so we're now here at the phase, and we're going to be heading in and hopefully finding Combo. Now, obviously, this is a Hutt Cartel safe house, so we're going to be in a spot of bother, I think. Yeah, we're going to have to speak to a Hutt. Well, this is going to be amusing, especially with Gus along.
Shichioba Kochba Rundikapa Kyotoba Bubanda Baka Mursanita Yopechuta Kasuyali Kora Dokapikiyotapa.
Everything is subject to negotiation.
Jubolawa Wuni Kumba Omdi Togmaki Jisa Tuti Puna Puna Manchikabuk Tunira Nislimo Nabiska Kulbalia Biti Bodenya.
Hand over Combo unless you want this place to smell like fried Hutt.
Mi Bonawa Tuipe Te Bokbagwa Wadawanga Chila Mak Donkey just a more.
You kill everyone here, Captain. Who's to say who did it? Strillith's not known for working things out peacefully.
Vaz, I knew you'd save me, Vaz, buddy. I just knew it.
Frame Rogan for killing Rascuro. You cut off his ties to the entire Hutt Cartel.
Rogan's already butted up against cartel controls. It wouldn't take much to convince them he'd attacked.
Let's end this boring conversation.
No, don't hurt me!
Oh, okay, so apparently we're doing this the old-fashioned way. That is amazing. That's actually really quite cool. I like that. I like that they give us that massive option. I mean, that's a pretty big option to take. I mean, throwing a thermal detonator into the mouth of a Hutt. You can't get any better than that, can you?
Told you I wouldn't let them hold you.
I told them you'd come for me, Vaz. They didn't think you could do it. Thanks lots for bringing Vaz here. I was real scared without him.
I'll doctor the scene a bit. Make it unmistakable that Stroth was the one who turned on the Hutt.
Cutting Rogan off from the Hutt should cut his influence considerably.
Can't call yourself a crime lord if there's no Hutts to buy what you're selling. Now we hit the Imperial treasure ship. Darmus made arrangements for us to use one of the Republic's secret shuttle pads to get up there. I'll transmit the specs and meet you. Then we'll bilk those Imperials out of more credits than you've ever seen.
That is if I don't get double-crossed in the meantime. But there's Chapter 2 of the Smuggler complete, and wow, huge amount of experience, of course. And we are going to then be using the Secret Republic shuttle pad. What if it's not secret if we know about it, right? Well, anyway, I think that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.